Okay, welcome to today's workshop on nutrition. All right, Linda, thank you for coming to the workshop. It's a one-on-one, so it gives us some extra time, and you can ask whatever questions that you want. So we'll go through it. I'll ask you a few questions. We'll go over detoxing. I've been, and just a little bit about myself. I've been a holistic nutrition coach for over 15 years. I got two certifications, working on my lifetime certification, which is a really very, very good certification. So basically, detoxes come in all shapes and forms, from people have talked about water detoxes to lemon detoxes to whole food detoxes. But basically what the detox is designed for, no matter what you're doing, is to get rid of some of the bad stuff that accumulates in our gut. Our gut is responsible for about 70%, some even say up to 90% of our immune system. If our gut is not proper condition, it can create inflammation. There's a lot of bad things that can happen if our body's, if our digestive system is not in proper order. So by doing a detox, we're going to get rid of the bad microbes, the bad bacteria in our gut. We're going to, depending on what type of detox you're doing and supplements you're taking with that detox, then we also want to get rid of all of the endocrine disruptors, microplastics, heavy metals, chemicals, pesticides. All that stuff we consume. Even if we're eating organic food, we still get some of that microtoxins in our body. So it's recommended to do a detox anywhere from once a year to once a quarter, just kind of depending on how you eat. If you eat a little bit more of organic food, then it's not needed as frequently. If you're eating a lot of fast food, if you're eating a lot of just regular food like grains, grain is sprayed with glyphosate. If you're not eating organic grain, organic breads, that accumulates in your body quickly. So then most people can benefit from a detox every quarter. What I do is I'll do like a major detox, and then I'll do kind of like a checkup detox. So the major detox, I like to take additional supplements to help get rid of the heavy metals, microtoxins, and all those type of things, which is what we're gonna, this class right here is about doing a heavy detox or maybe a thorough detox. There's a soft detox, maybe a hard detox, but a detox that's gonna get rid of the endocrine disruptors in our body. All right. So let me ask you a question. What experience have you had with detox? I know you said it's been a while. You said you remember drinking a lot of water.
Yeah, I just remember that I did liquids for a few days, and I don't know how long. And then also I've done that, what do they call that? They do it in the beginning of the year. Churches do it a lot.
Daniel fast.
Yeah, I did the Daniel fast once.
Okay.
And that's been a few years ago too.
Right.
That's probably the last one I did.
Okay, so the Daniel fast can be a type of detox, but if you're eating a lot of grain, because you can eat, I believe, grain in the Daniel fast, or you can eat, I think you can.
So, yeah.
Or at least you can eat seeds. I know you can eat seeds. Some of that stuff has a lot of toxins on it, so it may or may not help you. Vegetables, if they're not organic, can have a lot of pesticides on them too. So the Daniel fast is a great thing to do for spiritual reasons, and it's also good for our bodies because we're eliminating a lot of like low quality meat. However, high quality meat is usually good for us. Low quality meat is usually bad for us because it's full of toxins and a bunch of bad stuff. So depending on if you're eating meat that's been poorly raised, they call it I-10 meat. So there's a whole chain of food distributors that have cattle ranches off of I-10, and they really just poorly treat the animals. So there's all kinds of nasty stuff in that type of meat. So that's probably more like what you're going to get from a fast food place. Then you have people who are ranchers who pasture raise their cows. They're just eating grass all day, not eating corn or whatever is sprayed with.
Is that meat that you can get from like Whole Foods? Or?
Yeah, probably. So we'll say organic or natural. Natural sometimes can be misleading. Organic, pasture raised is probably the best word I would like to see, because it's raised on pasture. Because you can even have organic that is not necessarily that great for you. They feed animals fodder, which is they feed animals their own hooves and own byproduct, animal byproduct. So it's organic, so they get away with it, but it's not necessarily good for you. So so pasture raised is going to be the best way to go about getting eggs, meat,
Mm-hmm.
chicken, beef, all that type of thing. So we'll talk a little bit about the specifics of the lifetime detox. So with the lifetime detox, it's been around for over 10 years. Over 1 million people have done it, and the average person loses 5 to 7 pounds on the detox. It's a 2-week detox. It doesn't. It's whole foods, so you eat regular foods. You're going to eat 1 to 2 meals a day, and you're going to take a detox shake that has the products in it to help get rid of the endocrine disruptors. So those endocrine disruptors get embedded in our fat cells, so we have to eat certain foods or certain supplements that help to break down the fat and then also eliminate the toxin out of our body. So it's just 3 phases to detoxification. And so we want to make sure we're doing all phases 1, 2, and 3. If we skip phase 3 is the elimination of getting it out of our body. If we skip that phase, then we detox our body, get rid of it, get the toxins out of our fat. It goes through our liver, kidneys to be processed to go out. But if we're not eating enough fiber, then we don't eliminate it. And then we just put extra stress on our body, extra stress on our liver, extra stress on our kidneys. So having a lot of fiber is going to be super important during our detox. And it comes with that. And the detox kit that we have, it has actually a detox shake and a detox fiber. But during the detox, we want to make sure that we're eating clean foods. We want to eliminate caffeine, which is the hardest one for a lot of people, or at least reduce it to maybe that 1 cup of caffeine in the morning.
I don't drink.
Okay, so if you don't drink caffeine, that's great.
Coffee.
We want to make sure we're drinking at least half our body in water. All right, so that way we can help flush out the water.
What'd you say,
Half our body in ounces of water. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you would want to drink 50 ounces of water. So how much you weigh, divide that in half, and that's how many ounces of water you want to drink a day.
Okay, well, that's a lot of water.
Yeah, it is.
You know, because I weigh 215, so that's approximately how much water?
You're looking at 107, 108 ounces of water.
Which is how many quarts? How many gallons?
That's a
62
gallon is
ounces?
128 ounces in a gallon, so it's a little bit less than a gallon.
Oh, okay. It's less than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's doable. You can get it done.
Yeah. I'm thinking, oh, gee. Okay.
Okay, so now some of the other things that we want to make sure that we're eating whole foods. All right, so we're eating. We obviously not want to eat the products that are going to that cause the inflammation anyway. So in other words, let me back up a step. When we don't have a gut that's working healthy, some of the things and some of the symptoms that happen are we have sugar cravings, we have gas, we can be lethargic, tired, lack of energy, poor sleep. All these things can come from having a gut that's not properly working, or dysbiosis. Yes. So if you have any of those symptoms, that's a good reason to detox. Sugar cravings is a huge one, and sugar cravings leads to weight gain. And so one of the things that I really strongly recommend for people is if they have sugar cravings, to definitely do a detox, because it's going to get rid of the microbes and all the bad stuff in your gut that's feeding and causing you to be hungry. So you're actually it's not even you that's craving the sugar as much as it is the microbes in your gut. So you get rid of those bad microbes or bad bacteria in your gut, then what happens is sugar cravings go away. Then you eat sugar and you're like, oh, I don't even want it anymore.
Yeah, that's not, I'm lethargic.
Lethargic,
you know,
okay.
I want to take a couple naps a day, plus I can sleep all night. So I'm just very tired. I don't have a lot of energy, but sugar cravings, no.
No, okay. So if you're lethargic, part of the problem can be is that when you eat, if our gut is not properly working, then we don't absorb the nutrients from the food. So then we either need to eat more food, or we just don't get the energy from the food that we need because our body's not able to absorb it, or we're malnourished. We're not getting the nutrients, the vitamins and the micronutrients. So maybe we're hitting our macronutrients, but because our gut's not properly conditioned, then we can't absorb the micronutrients. And so if we don't have the vitamin B's and all the zincs and all the minerals and vitamins, if it's in our gut, but we're not absorbing it, it's not metabolizing it into our bloodstream, then what happens is we pass it through and it doesn't give us the energy boost, so we stay lethargic. The other thing is you could be taking vitamins. A lot of people take vitamins and supplements. If your gut is not healthy, then you're not able to absorb the nutrients from the multivitamin. So you're just taking a multivitamin and 90% of it's being passed through to the toilet as opposed to going to your body to fuel you. So that's how that's how a detox can help you with energy. And a lot of people who have gone through detoxes, they have a lot more energy, they sleep better. In your case, you don't have a sugar craving, but that's a big cause, and a big reason.
Sometimes I don't sleep well, sometimes I do. It's hit or miss. I tend to eat late too, and I think that's part of my problem.
Right. Now, it could be the amount of calories that you're eating, could be what you're eating as well. So you got to make sure you're eating enough of the right nutrient dense foods, because that's going to be a big part on your energy levels too. So if you're not eating enough food, a lot of people I'm running into just simply aren't eating enough food. So on a separate time, we can go through what should you be eating, how much calories should you be eating.
I never would think that it's not eating enough food, which I makes sense because I wonder. I always say to myself, well, I don't eat much.
Right.
I don't eat a lot of food, but maybe I'm not eating enough of the right food.
Well, that's exactly it. You may not be eating the right nutrient dense food, but it also could be if your gut is in dysbiosis, then you're not absorbing the nutrients to give you energy. And so that could be part of the problem too. So.
Yeah.
Right, so we want to make sure that we're getting enough whole foods every single day. We want to make sure that we're getting 5 to 8 servings of vegetables. The vegetables are going to feed us full of fiber, insoluble and soluble fiber. The soluble fiber is very important along with the insoluble fiber. The insoluble fiber is going to feed the probiotics and it's going to feed the healthy bacteria in our body, and the soluble fiber is going to help us to eliminate the waste in our that we detox from.
Okay, so with the information you're giving me, are you going to give me something that tells me what those foods are?
Yeah, so there is a guide, and so basically fruits and vegetables, almost any fruit and vegetable is going to be healthy for you, and we want to eat a wide range of it. So a lot of professionals will say that you should be eating about 30 types of fruits and vegetables on a weekly basis, and rotate those out. So you don't necessarily want to eat the same 30. You want to kind of rotate them out. The best method is to eat seasonal foods. So whatever's in season, that's the type of fresh produce that you should be eating, for multiple reasons. One, if you're eating out of season food, it's probably coming from somewhere deep in South America, so it's sitting on a truck and a plane for 3-4 weeks. So by the time you get it, it's halfway rotten half the time. So then the nutrients is something called the ORAC value, which basically means how much nutrients are in the food drops as the fruit or the vegetables become old. All right, so therefore, even though you're eating vegetables, if they've been sitting around for weeks in a box, then the healthiness of those vegetables is depleted. Not to mention that the soil is depleted. So it's hard to get the nutrients from our vegetables anyway. But we got to get that fiber. We got to get the soluble, insoluble fiber. So another reason why, plus the nutrients, plus a multivitamin, is going to be very important. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't live alone, so me and my husband, I have to cook for him.
Okay.
So, and he doesn't eat well.
Gotcha.
He doesn't like a lot of stuff.
Gotcha.
And he doesn't like a lot of vegetables. And
Gotcha.
so that's why we kind of eat the same thing.
Right.
And I don't like to cook. So if I got on a diet like this, I'd have to try to get him, which he needs to be on something too.
Right.
I'd have to get something. Is there like smoothies then, or something that would have the fruit and vegetables that you need every day without having to cook a lot every day?
Yeah, so there are smoothies. So the Detox blend has a lot of the nutrients that you're gonna need. All right. So outside of that, I highly recommend All-in-One. All-in-One has all of the vitamins and nutrients that you need in it. And then if you,
Is that a powder?
yes, that's all in one. I'll show it to you. And then there's having a multivitamin to go along with it, because the all-in-one has a lot of the essential vitamins and minerals, but the amount in the all-in-one is not sufficient for your daily intake. But it has it in there, so you're getting it throughout the day, because you want to get your multivitamins, a lot of, especially your water-soluble vitamins, throughout the day. Because if you just get them at one point, most water-soluble vitamins are going to stay in your body from 3 to 5 hours, if you're lucky, and then they're gone. So you got to replenish those water-soluble vitamins throughout the day. So having a AM and PM multivitamin, which we have, helps to keep the vitamin and nutrients and minerals in your body throughout the day.
Okay.
So, but yes, the shakes are a great way to do it. So if you're not wanting to cook, I have at least one a day, sometimes two, and they're full of nutrition. And then I have my multivitamin. I mix mine with one of multiple. If I'm in a hurry, I mix it with water. I really have a shaker. I mix it with water. It tastes good on its own. Usually in the morning, I'll try to make it with
soy milk.
Not soy milk. If you're gonna use soy, make sure you're using, organic soy.
Almond.
Coconut.
Coconut.
Yeah. So there's almond, coconut, oat, and one other one. But I usually like to use coconut oil, because coconut oil has medium chain triglycerides, which gives you energy. So if you're looking for energy, that's one of the best ways to get energy.
Is that coconut milk or coconut water?
It has the fat in it. So maybe coconut milk or coconut oil. So those two have.
Oil?
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't put oil in your smoothie, but you might cook with it. All right. So that's one way to get your medium chain triglycerides. But your MCTs for sure is in the coconut milk, and it will give you energy. It's healthy fat. So it's the type of fat that's healthy for you. So coconut milk is very good. So and it tastes good. So you got the coconut milk and the all-in-one. That you can either put it in a shaker, or you put it in a blender. Either way works good.
I have a, what do you call it? A bullet.
Okay, yeah, you can put it in your bullet, and then what I really love is throw some frozen strawberries in there. Get some organic frozen strawberries. Just those three ingredients, it tastes great. Even better, throw some chia seeds in there. Chia seeds. Throw 1 to 2 tablespoons of chia seeds in there. Chia seeds with the almond milk. It's gonna have you feeling full for a long time. It's gonna give you energy, and the chia seeds are full of fiber and additional protein. Chia seeds are high in fiber, so I'll put 1 or 2 scoops of chia seeds in mine in the morning, blend it up, and that is a very healthy, very simple shake that you can make. Now you can put other things in there too, but those 4 ingredients right there will get you rocking pretty good.
Coconut milk.
Yeah, coconut milk,
Tried that.
all in one, or in this case, the detox smoothie. And I'm just talking in general, actually. So in general, you're going to use your coconut milk, your all-in-one, your chia seeds, and like a fresh fruit. So it can be any fresh fruit, blueberries. I like strawberries, but it could be any fresh fruit. Pineapples are great for your joints if you're athletic, but there's a lot of good things that you can eat. Okay, so then, so with our detox, it's 14 days. Some of the things that are really beautiful about it, once you sign up for it, our registered dietitian is actually going to give you a step-by-step information on each day on what to do. So the first week, we actually are starting to reduce the sugar, reduce the caffeine, and reduce the bad and fast foods, anything like that, any junk food. So it's a 7-day prep period, followed by a 14-day actual detox.
Oh, so 7 days plus 14.
Right. So
7 days prep.
Right.
And then 14 days.
Right. So in the 7 days, you're just allowing your liver and kidneys a chance to just simmer down from all the bad stuff that we're eating. So our kidneys and livers have to be, we want them to function as well as possible. And when we keep feeding them all that junk, our kidney livers are overloaded, and so then it's just hard to detox. So by doing a 7-day prequel, or whatever you want to call it, it allows us, it's going to give us better benefits for our detox. Now, we have a registered dietitian, very, very good, and she sends you information on details on what to do each day. So even though what I'm going over right now is just a high-level overview, she gets into depth on what to do on each day. and how to go into it, how to prep for it, how to actually do it, and then how to come out of it. So it's a really good program. I'm gonna start it. I'm starting my prep today, so I want to start my detox next Monday. So all the people underneath me with the 60XT, I'm recommending that they do it. Now you can still do a detox even without the detox shake and the lifetime shake. However, it may not get rid of some of the heavy metals and some of the plastics and some of the pesticides. If you do a natural detox with just fruits and vegetables and that type of thing and organic meats and stuff like that, because your body's going to detox itself, right? Our liver and our kidneys are built to detox. If we weren't detoxing, we wouldn't be alive, right?
Yeah.
So our body is detoxing, but the liver, the heavy metals, they get stored up in our fat cells. So they're not necessarily going to be released if we don't have certain supplements that actually break down the fat and the actual chemicals that are stored in our body. So the chemical aspect is not probably going to happen, but you're still going to get rid of those bad microbes and the sugar cravings by doing a detox. So you're still going to get some benefit from it. And just simply, like, probably, I don't know what percentage, but a huge part of the benefit of a detox is just eating whole foods and vegetables. Like that right there, and organic foods as much as we can goes a long way, because our body's already detoxing. So then we just give it the tools and the nutrients that it needs, and then it just does naturally detoxes on itself. So that's why I recommend doing like a detox with the shake, like a lifetime detox once a year. So I'll do this once a year. Then every quarter I'll go in and I'll do a fruit and vegetable and lean organic meat or organic pasture-raised meat detox. I'll do that.
When you
3
say
times throughout
meat,
the
are
year.
you including seafood, fish, or are you saying meat?
Anything that is okay. That's a great question, because wild-caught salmon has tons of omega-3s in it. However, wild-caught salmon, especially the bigger fish, can be loaded with mercury, and that's part of the heavy metals that we want to detox from. So if you're going to use fish during a detox, you would want to eat anchovies or sardines that are very small, because they have less lead or less mercury in them. So tuna, which is very high in protein, is not a good source to eat on a regular daily basis. Can you have some tuna every now and then? Fine. But you don't want to eat tuna on a regular. You don't want tuna to be your main staple of meat, because tunas are big fish. So the longer and the older the fish is, the more it has mercury. More mercury is in its bloodstream. So the anchovies and sardines have less mercury. So any type of small fish is going to be a better fish during this time. I would avoid crustaceans because they're bottom feeders. So if you want to eat fish, small fish is going to be better. Small type fish are going to be better than the larger type fish.
I don't know if I've ever had sardines.
Yeah, sardines aren't everybody's favorite, but
and anchovy, I just had one on a pizza recently. I don't even remember what it tastes like. It was so tiny, but anyway.
Yeah, anchovies and
But
sardines.
it was good. It tastes okay.
Right.
That's not enough to eat.
Well, you can buy them in a little can, probably about that big. So, and they have a lot of protein. So I would do that. I don't know. I don't eat anchovies. I just ate. I'm sorry. I stuffed my face right before this meeting. So
I did too. So
which is a bad thing, right? So let me talk about eating and eating etiquette. When we eat, we want to be eating not rushed, and we want to avoid having our social media out. They found out that if we eat relaxed in a relaxed situation, not rushed, not having our phone, then we're more mindful. Then we consume less, and we chew more, and our body digests more. So then we end up eating up to 10% less just by being mindful, taking our time while we eat. So we want to, and then the other thing is we want to relax too. You can actually do some meditation or some deep breaths before, because when your body is stressed out, it sends out cortisol, or it increases your sugar levels. So when you're stressed out, your body thinks that, hey, I need to run from a lion or whatever. So then our cortisol, which helps us to have energy, raises, and our glucose, or I should say our glucose raises. And that is, that's not what we want. We don't want our glucose up. Here, I'll give you another. You need something to write? You need another piece of paper?
Well, I can write down this side.
No, I think, here you go. I'm not using that. You can have that.
Thank you.
Um,
So you said a dietitian. So basically, in order to do the detox, I have to sign up for a detox program.
okay, so when you buy the detox, you're gonna send an email. It's automatically a part of it. It's not an additional cost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm here to support you. I'm like I said, I'm going through my lifetime certification for nutrition. I should have that hopefully within 2 to 3 weeks. So a lot of information I'm giving you is straight from that course. So I would say that the best thing to do, get the detox, and then get on the list for. I can walk you through how to get through get on the list for the emails, and then she's gonna send you like a daily email. I'm giving you the high level overview of what needs to happen. So I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything from it.
So in order to start, okay, you buy the detox, which is a powder that you make your shakes with, I
Right.
guess. But I wouldn't know. But after that, someone contacts me or I contact them and they tell me, give me instructions. Kind of
Okay.
on what
All
to
right.
do.
So actually, when you sign up for it, matter of fact, you just QR code, I believe, on the back of the box, and then you just register your email, and then they're gonna send you an email. Yeah, and I can walk you through that. I can walk you
Okay.
through all that. Yeah.
Okay.
So we can do that, but I want to answer any of the questions that you have, and then I'm gonna stop my little video. What other questions do you have?
Okay, so what is the, before, and I haven't done it yet because I had all this smoothie stuff at home, but there was something else that you recommended that I buy. So if I'm on the detox program, I wouldn't use that. It was, what is it? It's a powder over there.
The all-in-one?
Is
It's
it
probably
all?
the all.
Maybe it is all in one.
It is probably the all for protein.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For protein. Same.
So the vegan all-in-one is approved for the detox system. The other one is not necessarily approved for it. So I would use.
I didn't get that one yet.
Yeah. So if you get the detox, it's going to come with a protein shake, and just eat that protein shake with 2 meals, or get the vegan all-in-one. Either one is going to be appropriate for you.
If I'm getting one, which one would it be?
The
For
detox.
The
Yeah.
detox.
So if you're gonna get anything, get the detox kit. It comes with the protein and the shake, which is the protein shake, with all the nutrients in it that will help detox you from the heavy metals, bugs,
You're
microplastics.
saying I have bugs.
We all got microbes in us.
I don't want to hear about it.
Not bug. Okay, they're tiny microbes. Let me say
I
microbes.
know. I saw something yesterday on Facebook, and they magnified something 100 times, and it was all kind of little wiggly stuff moving around.
Oh yeah. We want to get rid of all that bad stuff. And then the prebiotic or the fiber that comes with it. So and you just put the fiber at the right point in time. You'll take the fiber. It could be in the morning, in the evening. I recommend that you take the fiber at a time when you're not going to be running off to, a place, because it can make you regular, especially until your body gets used to it. So your body will adjust to it. So we recommend that you increase your fiber. We want to get our clients all the way up to 30 grams of fiber a day. That's going to help with a lot of things. It also helps with a lot of women hormone issues. So having 30 grams of fiber is going to be very important, and increasing that by 10 grams a week. So if you go from 4 grams of fiber a day to 30, you're going to have bloating and gas and all that problem. So you want to increase about 10 grams per week to get to the 30 gram range.
And then when it's over, when you've done the 14 days or 7 days plus 14 days, then you must have to keep doing something to maintain it.
Yeah. So to me, that's a great thing. So one, we're going to replenish your gut flora, right? So that's where all the fruits and the vegetables actually should be helping out. It might be good to get a digestive enzyme or a probiotic. That's something that is barely on an individual basis, right? So I would love to work with you, and then we can see if you might need additional probiotics depending on what medications you're taking, depending on if you've, it's like, for example, if you were on medication for a period of time, then your healthy bacteria is probably low, and even the bad bacteria might be low. But the fact that the healthy bacteria is super low, having a probiotic to help you in the meantime is going to help until your body can build back its own healthy bacteria. So in a perfect world, we eat enough fruits and vegetables and enough fiber, insoluble and soluble fiber, and that in alone will help us build up our healthy bacteria and the rainbow of food, right? So we're eating 30 vegetables and fruits on a regular basis or a weekly basis, recycling them in and out. That alone should build your gut bacteria up. However, if there was antibiotics introduced, especially in a large amount, then we might need a probiotic to jumpstart that process. Yeah.
Well, why would I? Oh, you mean if it was medically, if I have for some reason taking antibiotics?
Right. You had a ear infection, and they gave you antibiotics. Yeah. So people who have lower antibiotic or have taken antibiotics are susceptible to infections. Matter of fact, I had that two bottles of amoxicillin and another one. This is over 50. This is how I got into holistic nutrition. My doctor gave it to me, and it wiped out my whole gut. And it took me 10 years to get my gut back together.
Oh my goodness.
Now, it doesn't take 10 years, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I should say it took me 10 years to get my immune system back. So I got my gut bacteria back in about 2 years or so after I did my research. But my vitamin D was low. My glutathione was low. So it wasn't until I got my glutathione, my vitamin D up, that my immune system bounced back to where now, you can sneeze on me, I'm not going to get sick, or if I do, it might be a day or two. Whereas before, I was just getting sick 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year.
I was getting sick almost every month with some kind of cold, and I started taking. I met a doctor. He's also a friend, but anyway, she didn't recommend multivitamins because she said there's such small traces of it in the vitamins that you don't really get much benefit from a multi. But she had me on D plus F. And that, when I started taking that D vitamin plus F to help absorb the D,
right.
I haven't gotten sick probably, and I've been around sick kids.
Right.
And that worked for me.
Right.
So I don't know, And
well, no, vitamin D is huge.
Well, it's not my fault. Take your recorder off now.
I know, huh? At least hit pause, right? So yes, vitamin D is super huge. So the 3 things that got my immune system back were I had to get my gut back. I had to get my microbiome together, so my gut health. I had to get my vitamin D levels up, and I had to get my glutathione levels up. So your doctor subscribed a vitamin D plus F, which is extremely important. Like that was the missing ingredient for years, is the vitamin D.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I got my vitamin D up.
Multivitamin for years, and it had some D in it, but probably not sufficient.
Yeah, it's got like 400 milligrams, maybe 600 or 400 UI, maybe 600 UI.
Yeah.
I take a multivitamin, vitamin D that has up to 50,000.
I don't know what mine is, but I get it
once a week.
Yeah. My husband and I both, and I noticed that I haven't gotten these colds. Every month I would be down or something.
Yeah, vitamin D is so, and people with a lot of melanin have lower levels of vitamin D. So it affects us a lot. So yes, vitamin D is a huge, and yeah, your multivitamin by itself, I don't know any multivitamin that has enough vitamin D, because the multivitamin is kind of broad for everybody. And so different populations need more vitamin D. They're not going to make a multivitamin. Now there are I think a company called Black Girl Vitamins. They might have more vitamin D in theirs. So this is our detox right here. There's all the ingredients in the back. Can't really see all the ingredients, but these ingredients are, just to go over some of them, you got your NAC. This right here helps to increase your glutathione. You have your prebiotics. We have your medium chain triglycerides for give you energy. Glycine is a very important in the detoxification process. One of my favorite amino acids. Then we have beta-alanine. It's going to give you energy. And then we have all of our vitamins over here that are coming in sufficient doses. So we have our sulforaphane, that's going to help detox from some of the heavy metals. Glutathione, once again, helps detox from heavy metals and all the bad stuff in the world. And there's a lot of stuff that's built inside here. We've got our L-arginine. All these things together have a specific purpose that's going to help you detox from plastics, from heavy metals. Like I said, a couple heavy metals, but plastics, pesticides. It's formulated to get rid of all that stuff. Then you have your fiber that's also included, and you have your insoluble fiber. So it's got 4 grams of soluble fiber. Got 1 gram of insoluble fiber.
So is that all in one powder, or is it 2 different powders?
So there's one shake, and then there's one
supplement.
One bottle for fiber. So, and it comes.